Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another Starcraft 2 game hosted by yours truly, Alakard or Nick. And today we've got a Protoss versus Zerg. And Zerg player top left is going to be the blue Zerg Hoji, and top right is myself, Alakard, as the red Protoss player. And yeah, Protoss versus Zerg, gonna be fun. Gonna be lots and lots of fun. And so, if you might know, in my playstyle against Zerg, I like to not do a Forge Fast Expand, but instead do a normal pylon gateway scout. You'll see that here in this match. For the Zerg player, I don't know. Let's see what our Zerg player is going to do. Looks like we're making a 9 Overlord. I'll go a little bit faster, speed this up a little bit faster. More drones, 13, 14, 15 hatch. So play more of a long game longer play style by getting the hatch first instead of the spawning pool. Gonna be cool. I'm getting the spawning pool at the look to be about the 16 supply mark, and my 13 scout I want to cross first. Reason being is so I could hit the Zelnaga tower, see if I could see any drones passing by. Not that they'd be using drones to scout, of course. They'd be using overlords to do that kind of thing. Not sure why Hoji's stopping his overlord right here, well, he's moving his overlord out, so then he'll see me up there. I just want to see if I'm going to get some early aggression coming my way, so I can chrono boost out my my immortal or anything like that. So yeah, you can see my scout going out here. I see his one drone. Not sure what he's doing with this drone. I think he wants to harass a little bit with it. Just play around with my drone and everything, or my units. So yeah, spawning pool is now done and ready around the 22-23 supply. For the Zerg player, no gas has been taken. I will scout that. I will know. I'm stealing some minerals from him, trying to get my value worth. This first set of lings are out. He's only made 2, which is really nice. It'll be enough to clear up my probe. Will be enough to gain some map control, early map control. I'm sending my zealot out right away. Usually I use my zealot to protect my gateway in case of fast run by, but instead I find it to be better to just be aggressive with your units early game, so you can make the Zerg player overreact and ultimately lose the game by overreacting. If that can happen, then that'll be really nice for me. So I'm waiting for my shields to recharge a little bit, and then I send my zealot in to attack his drone line. I get a free drone kill, one free drone kill, and then start attacking the hatchery. It's going to take a long time to kill off a hatchery with the zealot, but this will allow me to scout how many lings are coming my way. You can see 12 lings are now coming out. Ooh, a couple lings just attacked me. This zealot has already paid for himself, killing a drone and a Zergling. So that's 25, that's 75 resources, but the drone already, just one drone for Zealot. It's pretty good. Mothership core, kind of dancing around, seeing what else I can do. I scout this and realize, you know what, that's a little too much for me to fight. Oh, yep. Queen does enough damage to repel the Zealot and my Mothership core. I have to even send my Stalker home and my probe. I'm not sure what my probe here is doing. Oh, you know what? I had my rally point for my mothership over to my units, and I didn't reset it back to the mineral line, so it kept following them. You know, I kind of wish, like the Zerg bases, the Zerg base will allow them to set up 2 rally points, one for their worker, one for their army. I wish the same was true for the Protoss, because you know they got a mothership, they got an army unit, the mothership core. They could do a second waypoint unit for that. But I guess this works too. What else is happening? Ooh, lots of lings. They'll never catch up to the Stalker without ling speed, but that is a lot of lings. So how do you counter that? Well, you pretty much need to wall off and have blink stalkers guarding the back post of it. So, and a little bit of time warp. I'm gonna wall myself in so I can protect myself from this attack. And he's gonna try to run up and realizes it's useless not to do that. Hoji's playing very smart. You can see Hoji's now expanding to 2 more bases. Very greedy. Now getting gas upgrades there. I'm only on 1 base, so I'm down a whole base, or I'm down 3 bases apparently. I'm getting my Immortal and my Colossus out soon. Reason why I finished my Immortal is because I was already in the process. I'm not exactly sure why I made the Immortal. I think it was just a default thing I do, but in the future I might just cancel that to make the Colossus faster. It's a hard counter to Lings. And so are Zealots and Colossus. Hard counter to the Ling composition you just saw. Now we're going to be pushing out, because now I have an army that can fight what you saw before. Since my opponent double expanded, this might actually help me for the attack here. I'm trying to keep my units together. I know the Colossus likes to go in its own direction, the Mothership likes to go in its own direction. So I'm trying to keep all my units together so that they don't get picked off individually. But instead, my opponent has to fight them head on, as you see here. So yeah, some free Ling kills right there, always a good thing. Army value, ooh, 2,000 to 1,000, 850 to 0. Quite a big difference in army value here. My opponent did double expand, and so the army value is suffering a little bit because of that. Trying to make 24 Lings, that is a lot of Lings. I'm going to try hopefully surround my army is what he wants to do. I just keep sending more and more stalkers his way. I'm going to pick off some free overlords. I'm not sure, I think this is bait to slow me down. That, or I think it's a misclick. He's trying to gather his forces up, instead sends them towards my army. I mean, this is the perfect place to gather them up, but as you can see, it's not 24-16, lots and lots of Ling. This is heavy Ling attack. Now you can see here, surrounding my units, which is really nice for the Zerglings. Instead of Stalkers, I should have sent out Zealots. Zealots would have been the perfect counter to all those Lings you just saw there. At the end of the day, units lost tab shows units lost tab 3,600 lost from the Zerg to 2,500 from myself. More Stalkers, second game playing Zerg, and I think he wants to play me in the second game, but he's doing just fine. I mean, he's sending drones out now to kill my Stalkers. He's got so much more banked up, and look at that, his supply, everything is a lot better than this. But as you saw, I did a lot of damage too. I took out a whole base. I messed up his army a little bit. Now I'm messing out his drones. 48 to 30. He's got tons and tons of drones. I have made my second base now. Still attacking, still not trying to finish me off quite yet. Oh, not sure what the Mothership Corps is doing there. Has to retreat now. Cannot fight a queen. Ooh, on the creep. It's a fast queen. It's gonna follow it and pick it off, maybe. Oh man, it's gonna be close. Okay, Mothership just got away with 6 HP. Alright. Lucky break for that one. Now I'm trying to make my wall because I saw the Baneling nest and I saw yeah, I saw this. I almost finished it off. Not quite. But a nice little concave wall here. My second base is now finally out. Units tab, 35 workers to 46. He's got a worker advantage. He's still making tons and tons of workers, whereas I am not making them as nearly as fast. I I mean, this is my army here. My army still has a better value overall, and I should be pushing out right about now too, but instead my opponent's pushing out. So Hoji is going to test out the banelings on my stalkers. As long as I can spread them out nicely, I shouldn't have a problem with that. And fast forward a bit more. Okay, I got my workers on the gas now. Trying to spend up all my resources, trying to get out some upgrades for my units. Got my thermal lance upgrade. Also getting another stalker, a third stalker, or a colossus, sorry. And what is the opponent doing? The opponent's got a bunch of queens, lots of creep spread, lots of lings, banelings, economy. I mean, this Hoji fella is pretty good. I mean, he knows how to macro up and micro in nice ways here. APM, let's check that out really quick. How do you do that? What's the short key? M for APM. 94 APM for the Zerg player, 67 for myself. So yeah, lots of APM for the Zerg player. It's about half of what you need to be a pro player. And now coming in with the Swarm. Swarm is now going to test out my front door with my 3 Colossi. It is now making Hydras, which be countered by Colossi. And making Mutas and Hydras. Going for everything in the book. Now I'm pushing out with my army, or not quite yet. Hydras are in the mix. Trying to get my population up there too. Instead of making those, I should have just made some sentries and then I pushed out. I think I would have been just fine at that point. Opponent has a lot of minerals and gas banked up, not really using them. Creating tier 1 units, which get slaughtered to these, I think these are tier 2.5 units, the Colossi, something like that. Or 3, these are, yeah, something like that. Okay, here's the match. So yeah, Baneling's making really good hits on the stalkers. There's no splitting action going on. Yeah, nice concave on most of the forces here. Mowing them down with my class of 10 kills, 12 kills on each of them. 10 kills, 12 kills, 14 kills, 13 kills. Yeah, classes have a lot of kills on these Hydras, slings. You can see how easily they rip apart those armies. And then Stalkers trying to finish off Mutas here. And killing a couple Mutas, but overall having to retreat, or not retreat. Got some more Stalkers in the mix here. I've got my 2 observers so I can scout out creep and take out creep. Taking out his 4th. I need to have my 3rd base up. We got a 4th base. Melting away some drones, and I was coming out to another attack here. Lots of lings. Trying to put up some force fields to protect my Colossus. That's a lot of Mutas. This is going to be a big Muta play here. And I have a lot of Stalkers, so it's kind of interesting to see that. More Stalkers to reinforce. Trying to pick him off one by one here. Oh, he's gonna have to pull back. He's got enough lings to deal with this, I think. Units lost tab. 15,000 resources to 11,000, so my opponent's lost 4,000 resources more. Which is quite a bit. And now I've got my sentries out. Lots and lots of sentries. I want to spend my gas. I want to be able to spread myself out from these lings and banelings. And so that's why I'm making all these sentries. Now his mutas are coming in to attack my pylon. He's got 4 bases again. I just want to check APM again. 103 to 70. 116. Lots of APM for the Zerg player. Nice force field stopping the Ling run by here. Warping in more and more units. We got more and more sentries, stalkers. Basically a gateway composition now with 1 Colossi. Colossus. Let's look at units tab. We've got 2 mutas and a corruptor versus what you see here. 55 to 85 workers. Holy cow, it's a lot of workers. 85 workers. So basically his whole population, or half his population, is all consisting of workers right now. He's got a lot of minerals and gas too. Or minerals. I mean, he needs gas. I mean, that's really what this player needs. Hoji. And then some more mothership cores ready, and now it's time to rock and roll. Lots of probes pulled off here. I'm going in for a big attack here. I need to play more aggressively against this player, or else I will lose. So here's my attack. He's coming around. I think he scouted me or saw me on the creep here. He wants to get around me. Taking out some creep tumors. Ooh, boss is getting some really good attacks on the links here. Lots of force fields going down, protecting my whole army. Gotta love force fields. They almost seem OP at times, but he simply could back off and attack if he wanted to. So we got creep tumors. Say goodbye to the creep highway. Pushing out again here. 18 lings, 2 hydras. Army value 2,800 to 2,600. Yeah, so I have a lot more gas in my composition here, thanks to my my sentries here. Utilize some guardian shield, force fields, one up the ramp, and good game. It was a really good game. I mean, it was a long game. It was 24 minutes, almost 25. And you know, I think if Hoji would have committed to either Hydra or Muta Corruptor, because it costs I think like 250 resources for Hydra Den and like 200 resources from you. So he basically was spending money there and losing out on that. Also, he wasn't able to gather up his lings properly when I was going in for my first attack, so he lost a lot of resources that way. And I think if he would just committed to either one or the other, Hydra or Muta, he would have done a lot better. I think when he saw my Colossus, he should have just committed to air units instead of Hydras, because Hydras really melt to Colossus. You can see 18 kills. My other guys had like 13, 14 kills. So when you see that, as Zerg players, I think you guys should go for roaches and or air units, so you can fight that off. This is a lot of drones. That is too many drones. I mean, the most you ever want is 64 about. So yeah, hopefully this game will help you guys out, and yeah, hopefully you guys like the game. Please like, subscribe, and or comment, and time to go conquer some worlds. Peace, guys.